The Morgan family was up for an adventure. They packed their camper van and set off on a road trip. Their plan? Visiting historical landmarks around the country? Little did they know this trip was going to be more than just educational. It was going to be downright ghostly. Their first stop was the historic town of Gravely Hollow. As they explored the town, they came across an antique shop. Inside, they found a vintage radio. Intrigued, they purchased it, thinking it would make a nice souvenir. Back on the road, they turned on the radio, expecting to hear some old-time music or news. Instead, they heard a voice. It was soft, almost a whisper. "Welcome to the Ghostly Guide Tour." The voice began to narrate tales of the unseen world of Gravely Hollow. Spooked but curious, the Morgans continued to listen. The ghostly guide led them to a hidden cemetery where spectral figures appeared, reenacting scenes from the past. It was eerie but fascinating. Over the next few days, the ghostly guide directed them to various historical sites, each with its ghostly inhabitants. There was the haunted lighthouse with its ghostly keeper, still signaling ships away from the rocky shore, and the deserted mining town where phantom miners toiled endlessly. Despite the supernatural occurrences, the Morgans began to enjoy their haunted road trip. They discovered history not found in textbooks, narrated by spirits who had lived it. The children, Jake and Lily, bravely led the way, their curiosity outmatching their fear. Their final destination was the abandoned Fort Spectre. As they neared, the ghostly guide's voice grew faint. "Help us," it whispered. "Free us." Confused, the Morgans arrived at the fort. The ghostly guide explained that the spirits were trapped, bound to the world by their untold stories. By hearing their stories, the Morgans had given them peace, but to free them, the spirits needed their help. In the center of the fort was a monument, a tribute to the forgotten soldiers. The ghostly guide directed them to place the radio on the monument and tune into the frequency of the spectral world, allowing the spirits to channel their energy and pass on. With a deep breath, they followed the instructions. The radio crackled, and a brilliant spectral light show filled the air as the spirits of soldiers, miners, and townsfolk appeared, expressing their gratitude before disappearing in a soft glow. As the last spirit faded, the radio returned to normal, now playing an old-timey tune. The fort, once ghostly and somber, felt peaceful. Their road trip was over, but the Morgan family returned home with an unforgettable experience. They had embarked on a journey through history, guided by the spirits themselves. The ghostly guide might be silent now, but their haunted road trip was a tale they'd recount for generations.